Today I'm here with Commissioner Robert Womack. This is the end of the first day of the trial. That is a state case against former Grand Rapids Police Officer Christopher Schurr. Now, Mr. Womack, can you tell us a little bit about your experience today?
Well, it was great to see the first day of court go so smoothly. They got their witnesses in. We had a chance to see some of the training videos. And the Lyoyas are just happy that they're finally getting their day in court to find out exactly what happened to their son as they seek justice for Patrick Lyoya.
Now, tell me, why is it important that people be here to support the Patrick Lyoya's family?
Because if you look around, you will see the red, black, and blue flags. And usually when someone's on trial for murder, you don't get a fan club. But when it's a police officer, a major fan club comes out. They pack the courtroom. And I'm not saying they don't have the right to do that, but we just don't see that when we see trials like this in our community. So the family can be a little put off and intimidated when they're down here and they see so many people, especially being immigrants from Africa. I'm an American. I've never seen anything like that. So I can't imagine coming from another country and seeing a fan club for a person on trial for murder. But like I said, that's their prerogative. But we need to show this family too, hey, there's people here that support you too.
Can you tell me a little bit about the makeup of the jury today?
The jury, with 12% of Kent County being African Americans, with one African American on there, we're not totally represented, but the number isn't totally off. One of the major situations is the demographics. And even if you look at the voting demographics, when you don't live in the urban city, it's very easy for you to believe that you deal more with the sheriff department. You deal more with road patrol. So not having people from the urban area, I think it's easier for a defense attorney, as he calls ex-officer Schurr, Officer Schurr. He continues to call him Officer Schurr, but he's an ex-officer. They can paint this picture that the police can do no wrong, and they know where to really settle when it comes to people coming up. They ask them their locations, where they live. He also asked, do you like to hunt? They ask a lot of different questions that would tell you the mind state of a juror. So it's very important to look at the jury pool. Secondly, not only is this the jury pool for Christopher Schurr, any African American that comes through this court system. They've been complaining to me and my community for years that they don't have any of their peers that judge them. So when I talked about it, it wasn't basically just for the Christopher Schurr case. For him, it might be a jury of his peers, but mostly when we come in here, it's that same type of jury pool and no jury of our peers that know anything about urban living.
Now tell me, you were here the day before. That's where I first met you, the day before, at a rally and a march. Why was it important for you to be there at that rally and at that march?
For a number of reasons. Number one is to show support for the Lyoya family, show my respect for all of the protesters and activists that haven't given up on seeking justice even after 3 years. And third, being a senior official here, sometimes our presence can help make some decisions that make sure it's a peaceful protest, because a lot of times people get shipped in from other places that might even be pro-police, but no, they can make the family look bad if they can geek us up to be violent or tear something up. None of that's going to happen. So it's always good that if you really care about the youth and you care about the people, that some of our older elected officials, don't be so afraid to come out here and walk amongst the people. They don't have to listen to me, but every now and then I could give some of my advice, and I'm shocked that some of the young people do listen to me.
I want to ask just two more questions, the first of which, I listened there at the opening statement from the prosecution side and the opening statement from the defending side. Now, the defending side, I forget the attorney's name specifically, but she got objected 3 times. Tell me a little bit about your feelings on that.
Yes, I think she was very overbearing. And I just think the prosecutor did a good job to call out when she was being overreaching, overbearing, any misinformation she may be putting in there, putting words in the prosecution's mouth, number of things she was doing. I know she's fighting for her client and she's fighting hard, but Prosecutor Becker showed why he is the top prosecutor in Kent County today.
Now, final question from me, Commissioner Womack. What are some ways, whether digitally or physically, people can support the family of Patrick Lyoya here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the Kent County Courthouse?
They are setting up some ways right now, so I'll definitely let you know. And going back to your first question, I just want to say you've heard some of Christopher Schurr's supporters in the background during our interview, heckling, saying some things that I believe are directed my way and his attorney's way. That's why we have to be here to support the family. Because if you look at some of the heckling I get, it reminds me of when African Americans went to Central High School back in the South. Right, once they segregated schools, you're walking and people are you know, we don't want the family to have to go through that. That's why we're always here in as many numbers as we can to support the family on their way into court.
And that's all I can think of, Commissioner. Is there anything you want to add that people should see or hear?
I just want to thank you for what you do. Continue to follow his streams. Don't forget to like them. Continue to follow his streams because he gives you the unedited view. A lot of times we say something to the mass media, they try to cut out things, take the things that have everybody at each other's throat and you don't get the fully chance to express it yourself. So I just want to thank you for what you do and tell everybody to continue to support what you do and keep in contact with all of your streams so they can get the latest on what's really happening.
My appreciation for that, Commissioner. You take care of yourself, and I'll see you out there here at the courthouse for day 2.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Through every note, every performance, the arts connect us. The arts connect us through joy and through awe, bridging cultures and generations. From intimate theaters to the grandest stages, the arts bring us together, reminding us that we're never truly alone.
If you do nothing else.
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 Stay live.